Hello, Baz. How you doing?
Malcolm, how we going?
Little emotional there for the old King Charles. Welcome everybody to I don't even know what to call it, the Premier League Gambling Podcast, London NFL International Series, Atlanta Falcons versus Jacksonville Jaguars, pre-game live stream, London NFL Series 2023, Sunday lunchtime with Mr. Barry Penaluna. I think that's a catchy title. Baz, how you doing?
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I'm all good, Malcolm. I'm sitting here, tucking into my bangers and mash.
Oh, go on, Baz.
We've essentially English meal ready for the afternoon's sport and activities.
Yes, there's a lot of sport and activities going on as well. I mean, what's happened here is that obviously the podcast, one of the network's most famous shows, is the pre-game live show. But Sean and Ryan are in bed, so because it's 6:30 in the morning or whatever, so they've asked me and Baz to do a pre-game live British show, and on the grounds that us Brits and fellow Europeans have already shown you how to play golf this weekend, we thought we might as well come and show you how to handicap an NFL game as well. At one point this weekend, Baz, I thought they might throw me and you out in the afternoon four balls just to give us a little run out, you know. Just for a little game, you might as well send us for a cheeky 18. But so a little live show. We're going to throw some bets up in the next 20 minutes. The game starts in round about half an hour. Kramer is not in bed. Kramer's up. I don't know why Kramer's up. It's because he's a thorough professional, that's why. D-Rock is here. D-Rock's going to join us as well in a few minutes. He's out and about somewhere. I can see blue sky and trees behind his. Captain Insano obviously is here. Matthew. Slick Rick's already gone for a cross-sport parlay. Nottingham Forest and the Jacksonville Jaguars. That is the exact kind of shit we're here for. Plus 307 cross-sport parlay on Forest and the Jags. And cereal as well. Fantastic to have cereal here. Yeah, so we've got a 25 minutes little window here, Baz. Now, you've been to several the international series in London, haven't you? Are you going down this year? Have you got any tickets booked in?
Yeah, so I've probably been close to a dozen of these. So we started 2007, I think. So I reckon I've done at least 10. So I used to I've got tickets pretty much every year for every game. I tend to buy them for every game, choose which one I want to go to, and then sell the others. I'm not going this year just because I've got loads of other stuff on. And also, it gets a little bit repetitive going to watch the Jags every year. Yeah, I've been to a few. It's good. It's good atmosphere. It's a very sterile atmosphere. You'll see every shirt from every team filling out the stadium. So yeah, I've always enjoyed it, and it's a novelty for us, Malcolm, because at Wembley Stadium, if we go there as a soccer fan, we can't have a beer in the stands. Rules over here don't allow soccer fans can't be trusted with beer. So you're not allowed to have a drink and watch the game. But you go to the NFL, you can sit for 3 hours, have as many beers as you want, and enjoy some proper NFL action. So I enjoy it. I'm not going this year, but I'll no doubt be back next year. I mean,
the last time I was there, I was wildly hungover at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I didn't think I was going to survive at one point in the first quarter. I was really struggling. But yeah, I've covered 2 or 3 of the games at Wembley and Tottenham. I did the radio coverage for a couple of games. And I got down into the New Orleans locker room a few years ago, interviewed Will Lutz, the kicker for the Saints. I think, I tell you what, Baz, never in your life have you felt less of a man than wandering around an NFL locker room after the game. There's just dozens and dozens of big, shiny men. There's a lot of girth kicking around those locker rooms, Baz. It's quite an intimidating place to be. And obviously, most famously, New Orleans tight end Kobe Fleener said he liked my shoes. If you remember that story, I can't remember what I asked him, and he just stopped and said, "Buddy, I like your shoes." So that was his answer to that one. So yeah, looking forward to it. And you're a Packers fan, Baz. You're all jerseyed up there.
I am a Packers fan. Yeah, this jersey hasn't had an airing for many years because it doesn't fit me anymore, Malcolm. I'm fucking massive. So I've properly squeezed into this, which is why you've just got the shoulder shot, because you don't need to see my tits squeezed into this thing. Insano said he went to the game down at Twickenham. I was at that one. I think it was the Giants against someone from memory. Can't remember exactly who it was now. I've been to that many of them. So yeah, obviously Jags, the home team. I was thinking, Malcolm, home team. How do you feel about home team in terms of advantage? Do you think the bookies factor this in to the lines, or the Jaguars a 3-point favourite because they're the home team? What price would the Jaguars be if this game was at Atlanta or if this game was at their own stadium?
Well, that's the thing. I think they probably do factor it in because the Jags are regularly here. However, I would have the Jags as a 3-point favourite at home. So kind of you tell me. I don't think it's made much of a difference. I mean, could they have factored in 1 point or 2 points possibly? But yeah, I definitely think they've factored it in, Baz. I mean, yeah, the Jags are regular visitors. They're not traditionally haven't been the most exciting team to watch down the years, but they're a little bit better now. I don't mind Trevor Lawrence. He's decent fun. He's got some weapons to use at the moment on his team. So who's running the pass with, Baz?
You'll have 10% of fans in that stadium will probably be Jaguars fans. The other 90% will just be there wanting to see a shootout. That's what most people are there for. Let's just have loads of action, loads of touchdowns. So yeah, it's not people. The majority of that stadium will cheer anything. They're not Jaguars fans as such, so it's not much of a home game for me. But yeah, the Jags record there, they've played 9 games now in London, haven't they? They've lost 5, won 4. 3 of those 4 wins, Malcolm, have come by exactly 3 points, which ironically is what their handicap is today. You've took them on the handicap, haven't you? Like them on the -3. Think they'll cover?
Yeah, I do think they'll cover, actually. I absolutely do. Yeah, I've got to just... What's your sort of main leads here? But give us your handicap of the game.
Well, you know me, Malcolm. I like me prop bets. I love listening to the Ryan and Sean's prop show. I like listening to the Propcast. Love the props. So that's the first place I looked was props. But if I'm looking at I didn't fancy either way on the handicap. I've leaned towards the unders. Under 43 was my first pick. And the reason for that is the last 7 Wembley games have all gone under 43.5. And the last 4 Jaguar games in London have all gone under 43.5. So plenty of form for low-scoring games in London. So the unders, it's not a bet I like. I hate backing unders in anything. But yeah, the lean in terms of the main markets would have been the under. And if you had to push me, I'd probably take the Jags to win it.
Yeah, I mean, my handicap was fairly straightforward, really. I mean, you've got Atlanta at +3 is even money. Jacksonville -3 is 5 to 6 -120. Totals at 42.5. And on the money line, you can have the Falcons at +150 or the Jags at -172. So in international games so far, the favourites are 29-9-1 straight up, 25-14 against the spread. And there's the rookie quarterback angle here. The rookie quarterback had not won an international series game until Trevor Lawrence did it. And Trevor Lawrence he has a little bit of experience here. Now, Desmond Ridder isn't a rookie, but he is a first season starter. So those numbers go against him. He's 0-3 on the road. He was 9-10 against the spread on the road in college. So yeah, my main picks here, Baz, would be Jacksonville at -3. Would be, and you mentioned the last 4 London Jags games have all gone under. So a little parlay here. Jags on the money line with the under 42.5 is +210, 21-10. That also ties in with another pick, and that's the Atlanta team total, Baz. The team total under 20 for Atlanta is +100. Now we're going to get a couple of thoughts here off co-host on the MLB Gambling Podcast, Dylan Rockford, has joined us from somewhere in New York. He's out and about. He might be walking. Little Malcolm the dog, possibly. D-Rock, how you doing?
Mate, it's good to be with you. How you guys doing across the pond? Lovely Saturday morning. VAR just screwed us for Nottingham, I'll tell you that much.
Mate, there's going to be some VAR chat later on the Premier League show, which we're recording at 8:30 tonight for a little plug. So yeah, the London series then, Dylan, give us your sort of experiences of it and what do you like to do?
Yeah, experiences. I love it. Love waking up early for it. Gets us ready right into the 1 o'clock slates. Yeah, it's been going on since I was about in high school, I remember. And I think it's really good. I think rookies do struggle, to your point, Mal. And yeah, I kind of early lean. I like the under, and I like the team total under for Atlanta as well. I got some player props as well for Baz.
Yeah, chuck some out. I've got a couple myself, but I'd be keen to hear what you like doing.
Yeah, so I like the Falcons activated Cordell Patterson, so I'm on the rush attempts for B.J. Robinson under, but I like his receiving yards over. I think it's around 26.5. He's gone over in all 3 games this season, and with the activation of Cordell Patterson, I do think they're gonna run the ball a little more with him and take the ball out of his hands. But those are my 2 favorite.
Yeah, we were considering putting together a bet builder for the listeners. So if you've got any props that we can stick into a bet builder, by all means, throw them in the chat. And we've got special guests coming out of our ears this morning because Andrew Robb, also known as TD Kings, and one of the main protagonists of Draft Day, which I very much enjoyed. Andrew's chirped up to say hello, good morning, how are you?
Cheers, gentlemen. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, all good.
We absolutely can hear you. I'm guessing you're kind of East Coast as well then?
Yes, I'm on the East Coast, so it is bright and early for me.
Fantastic. And we've got a lot. So far, it's a bit of a team ride towards the Jags and towards the unders. So are you going to throw out a different angle here, or are you backing us up?
Oh, man, I'm going to take the points with the Falcons. I think this is going to be a ground and pound game. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is going to throw the ball very much as well, and I'm not sure that they're going to be able to hang with the duo of Algier and Bijan Robinson on the ground. I sneaky think that the Falcons defense might just be as good as the Jaguars. So, with all of that, I'll just take the points. I'll take the +3. I'm actually on the money line as well in a money line underdog parlay. But interesting here, I did put together, if you are for the revenge factor for Calvin Ridley in this game, you can take a few of his props, parlay them together with some other stuff, and get yourself a nice little same game parlay here. So I put Calvin Ridley over 5.5 catches, Calvin Ridley touchdown, Travis Etienne 50+ rushing yards, Bijan 25+ receiving yards, and Christian Kirk 25+ receiving yards. That's +750. Very obtainable. The only one there that I think is, a kind of hit or miss is the anytime touchdown scorer. But there's some same game parlay stuff that is very interesting for this game.
Good stuff. Love it.
Yeah, that looks like the kind of thing you can play on Underdog Fantasy as well. Get your higher or lowers in on those props that Andrew gave out. Baz, what were you saying? Sorry.
Yeah, one of the first props I picked out, I've done this on Friday. First prop I picked out was Bijan Robinson receiving yards. And then I put the Ryan and Show on yesterday, and the first thing Ryan put out was the same pick, Bijan Robinson receiving yards. Dylan's put it out. Andrew's put it out. Does that bode well? The fact that everybody's going for it. But yeah, that was one of my first ones I really liked. As you say, he's hit him in all 3 games so far. He's getting plenty of volume. I think he's got 14 catches in the 3 games, so plenty of consistency in terms of targets. I like Bijan Robinson as well. And you mentioned Etienne rushing yards. That was the other pick for me on the props. Etienne over 68.5. Although I've just looked, I'd put that on yesterday. He's moved to 71.5 over here now. Over 68.5. Etienne last year in Wembley went for 150 yards on the ground. And I think he had 24 attempts. I think I've took him for over 16.5 attempts for Travis Etienne as well. So attempts or yards, I like both for Etienne today.
Trev, TVDBJ has joined us. Good evening, Trev. How are you doing? So looking around first touchdown props, we like to throw out some more fancy price stuff. I said to Baz last week I was going to use Sean's tried and tested method of taking one or the other defense and then also throwing out a backup tight end. It seems to work for Sean quite a lot. My touchdown picks are, I'm going to go with Trevor Lawrence at 16-1. We're talking about ground and pound with just a little quarterback sneak, little 3-yard rush, Trevor Lawrence. And right up there at 66-1, Brenton Strange, backup or second string tight end for the Jags. He got a couple of catches at the back end of last week. Might be a last touchdown play as well as a first touchdown play. So 66-1 either way for Brenton Strange would be me. D-Rock, have you got any fancy prices to throw us out?
No, I'm going on my computer right now to look at them, but the only one I really like to get in is Travis Etienne. I think the main point I was going on was what Baz said earlier. You know, he killed it last year in London, so I think he's going to get plenty of games. And like Andrew said, I think the defense of Atlanta, I kind of more on the side of how Kramer thinks about Atlanta. Arthur Smith, they play really good defense. They're just going to pound you in the mouth, and I think that's effective, especially going across the pond against a Jaguar defense that, to be honest, it's middle of the pack. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's bad. But I think Atlanta, they have a lot of weapons. The only thing worries me is Desmond Ridder. He's the one question mark. He had trouble on the road last week. Now going across the pond, it could be worrisome. But I do like Travis Etienne to get into the end zone.
Andrew, same question for you. Have you got anything at a fancy price for us?
Yeah, so for first touchdown, there's two that I'm interested in. First is the Falcons defense, 35-1 currently. Trevor Lawrence again has struggled, so I think that there's an opportunity for this defense to kind of show people that they are a little better than a majority of the people like to think that they are. Again, Trevor Lawrence, he'll take a shot or two into some double coverage every now and again. So Jesse Bates might find himself in the end zone with a pick. The other one I like is Tank Bigsby, 19-1. He's a guy that, you know, will get a couple of goal line carries throughout the game. And I do truly believe that Etienne does all his damage between the 20s. Bigsby should have an opportunity if they're in the red zone to get a carry. So I just like the price there at 19-1. So again, Bigsby 19-1 and Falcons defense 35-1.
Okay. Baz, any fancy prices for you? And also, if you want to have a look around the rest of the card for today, the rest of this evening slate, Baz, on the grounds they've given us the keys to the car, we might as well throw out some other rubbish. What else have you got?
So I've got a couple of first down touchdowns here. I went for Algier. First of all, 12-1 for Algier. Splitting the carries with Robinson, they've got 38 and 39, respectively. But he's already got 2 touchdowns this season. Some of the goal line stuff's been his. They did both come in week 1, but 12-1 for Algier. And I've gone for Tank Bigsby as well. I've got 20-1 Bigsby. I like him because he's got the best name in NFL. I love that name. If you're a big unit running back and you're called Tank, I'm rooting for you. I'm all over that. And Bigsby's sounds like a quintessentially sort of country chap from the UK, doesn't he? That surname. So yeah, Bigsby. And as you say, he's got 2 already, 2 in 3 games. Getting some of the goal line carries. So Bigsby at 20s, I think it's a great shout also. I love that, Andrew.
Okay, the rest of my card for tonight, I'm taking the Rams on the money line, -110, what looks like a match. I think Miami are going to win in Buffalo, +125. And I like the Patriots on the handicap, +6. They would be my 3 to watch later on. D-Rock, anything that you need to urgently inform us of you're picking later on?
Well, I am on the Ravens. I got the +3 out. It's down to pick them right now, so I would just take them on the money line. What else am I on? I'll give you this. I'm a Jet fan, so it's not looking good for us tonight. Who the hell thought it would be a good idea to put 2 New York teams on prime time on back-to-back nights? Not good. I'll give you a Swift parlay though. Taylor Swift will be in the audience. Give me the Chiefs on the money line, same game parlay with Travis Kelce anytime touchdown. It's around even money, whatever book you get. But gents, it's been a pleasure, and I always do this for you guys.
Yeah, I was looking around for some Kelce players. You know, like Kelce to score 2 touchdowns is a good price because there's definitely a narrative. There's definitely a little bit of a Taylor Swift script. Andrew, could you line our pockets later on?
Yeah, I can definitely try. There's a couple I like currently that I'm on. Steelers -3. I know Stroud's been the hot topic. You know, he's played really well. They showed up, last week and beat the Jags. I truly think, though, that this is the best defense they're going to play so far, and I believe TJ Watt's going to give CJ Stroud a welcome to the NFL moment. So I do like the Steelers a lot, -3. I am on the Chargers minus 6.5 as well. I'm not sure that the Raiders are going to keep up offensively with no Jimmy G. Love Devontae Adams, and Josh Jacobs is good as well. But man, the Chargers just have such a high-powered team in general, and I believe that they take care of business at home. Lastly, I don't care. It's a massive number. The Niners are going to roll the Cardinals minus 14. I'd probably take that all the way up to 20. Like I just, unless they just pull all their starters out at halftime, I just don't see how the Cardinals get anywhere near 14.
Okay, I love all of that. Right, I've got all that in the whole stuff for later on.
Frantically scribbling things down there, Malcolm. I haven't.
Yeah,
absolutely. That was my afternoon's work. I'll sit and watch this one on the TV, and then pencil a few things in for tonight. Yeah.
I suppose we better plug Kramer's show. Thinks he's big time. The NFL Gambling Podcast. It's 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. Get on the mothership. I don't know who's joining Ryan, but yeah, that's always fun. What a great day! Like I say, I've got the Premier League right in front of me now. Watching the golf as well on various other channels, and then loads of Red Zone and stuff later on. If you want to watch the Red Zone on mute and listen to the Premier League show, we'll be here at 8:30 tonight, which is 3:30 Eastern time. The MLB Gambling Podcast has got the playoffs tomorrow with myself and D-Rock, Moon After the Machine and Lonte and Scott Reichel. So yeah, cast of thousands over the next few days. Thanks everyone who joined. This was just a little bit of fun for me and Baz. So we're very happy that you all indulged us and smile and say nice things. Everyone who joined us in the chat, that was brilliant. And thanks for Dylan and Andrew for volunteering to come on and say hello. Baz, you can go and get the tin opener onto that shirt and take that off now. I don't think you're going to get that back over your head, are you?
I'm going to finish the bangers and mash.
Get your sausages down, you son. Don't you worry about that. Don't you go hungry, Baz, whatever you do. Thanks, everyone. Go and listen to the national anthems. Game kicks off in 5 minutes. There's our picks. Yeah, around the network, all sorts going on. And we will see you down the road. Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.